I didn't notice a THENX tutorial anywhere, any videos. This might be the first or this might be the 100th. I don't know. I'm just making one because I like the app and it's a little bit confusing. And I see a lot of questions in the comments of each one of these technique videos asking like pretty frequent questions that are all the same. So I thought, why not, help out the community. For the record, I'm not affiliated with THENX. Don't ask me questions about your account. I don't know. Okay, I've been subscribed to THENX for 5 months, and I'm pretty happy with it. And that's about as far as it goes. Let's go immediately to right now. I'm on the dashboard. So when you first open this app, it might be here. Just click the person, click, tap, whatever. And then you go to programs. You're going to see the introduction here. You hit play on the top, and then go through what the introduction introduces you to. And after that, you're going to see technique guides down here, which pull-ups, push-ups, dips, pistol squats, whatever. Honestly, I couldn't start with pull-ups, namely Australian pull-ups, so I did all the other ones, and it's okay if you do that. You can start with the other ones because they all feed into each other in some way, shape, or form. You're training groups of muscles, not exclusively a specific set of muscles. So let's say you start with Australian pull-ups, and as you can see here, there's a timer up here. Then you have the workouts down here, and then you have markets complete. You're going to start with hitting the play button at the top to start the timer. You're going to notice down here, if you hit one of the workouts, there's a play button with a video. So you play the video, and then you do whatever Mr. Heria says that you should do. And then after that, this one, and then you repeat 4 times, whatever. And at that point, you stop the timer by hitting pause, not stop, you hit pause, and then you mark as complete. Now be aware that the timer is glitchy. Do not move to other apps. Otherwise, the timer might reset. Try to stay within the app. Otherwise, you're going to lose your place. The timer's just going to go back to 0. It's a glitch that's been there. I don't know how to fix it. Just don't move to other apps. If you're going to start working out, stay on this. And it's going to help you concentrate anyway by not, checking your text while you're doing techniques here. You also notice on the side there is a down arrow with a box around it. Now you could use your phone data in order to stream the videos. Problem is that they do have a tendency to glitch out as well, so they're gonna suddenly stop playing. They have to go from the start. If you hit download, then it's gonna download the workout into your saved workouts over here, so you could just play them. Let's say that you're in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you're gonna have the video at your disposal. Now let's go back to programs. So let's say that you finished all of the introduction here and you're at 100%. Then you go into calisthenics. You're gonna start with the beginner program. Hit the play button at the top, listen to Chris talk about stuff, and then after that you go with I would say this is an 8-week program. And there are different workouts that you do. These are going to train you up for the next part, which is, let's say you finish the beginner program. Then you could go to the technique guides right here in the menu, and then it's going to show you how to do a handstand. Hit the play button at the top. After that, you go into the progressions. You do all these things. Eventually, you're going to master the handstand. Now, let's say that back to the programs, you finish the intermediate, then you unlock the intermediate stuff in the technique guides, which are handstand press, muscle up, straight arm press. Now let's say you go back to the programs and then you finish advanced. Then what do you unlock? Human flag, jump on the bar, full planche, front lever or lever, and congratulations, you did it. And then finally go to weighted, and this is more for resistance training being added to your calisthenics workout. Pretty straightforward. And you also have another section called daily workouts. This is if you need more training or if you need a little variety. You could just go immediately to these. They go by month. And they go quite a bit far back. I haven't checked how far, but you have them here. You open it up. Then you could choose your workout level. And then it's going to tell you what to do under that certain level. Remember to hit the play button at the top. Although for this isn't really necessary because you're not checking anything off. Let's see here. What else is there? Okay, so I guess I could go into the general questions. Actually, before I even do that, just so you're aware, there is a social media thing. If you hit the if you hit the heart button, I don't really use it. Like there, you're gonna see some accounts and stuff. Normally, for some reason, it's not showing up for me, but I don't care. You can participate in it, post your pictures and whatever, but once again, this is a basic use guide to be able to use the app and work out. I'm not going to get into it. Let's see, is there anything else? I mean, that's about it. Now I'm just going to get into kind of more general questions. Let's say you might ask me, my my physique is very crappy. I'm a basement dweller with no life, and I have trouble standing up out of my chair without getting lightheaded. Is this THENX program for me? The answer is absolutely, believe it or not. Because you go through progressions, you get a resistance band, which I'll get into in a second, to help you out with the workouts. Like, any level could do this. Like, really. Well, okay, that's great and all, but I'm like really low level as far as my physique. Okay, like if you're gonna ask, yourself again if this is really for you, and if you're still uncertain, then it's not for you, because ultimately, it is entirely within your capability, but your willpower. If your willpower is not there, then you're not gonna go anywhere with this. Like you have to persevere here. It's all up to you. If you don't want to do it, if you have doubts and you still have doubts after you consider it, then just don't waste your time. Do something else. Like it's all willpower here. Next thing is, if you don't see the workouts or any of the programs and stuff, then odds are that you didn't pay for the app, which this is something that you need money in order to have all the workouts. And I do recommend that you buy a subscription. It's very good stuff, and I paid for the year subscription. It's about $100 more or less for the entire year. And that's cheaper than a gym membership. And now I guess I could go into what's needed in order to even start this thing. You could go to the gym if they have pull-up bars, great. If you want to use one of those pull-up bars that you stick at the top of your doorway, you can. I don't trust them, and you can't do certain techniques with it. You could do pull-ups, but that's about it. You can use the Smith machine at most gyms, although it's a little bit awkward. But the best option, in my experience, is you go to the park, and odds are they're going to have like a calisthenics thing. They're going to have like dip bars. And if you use those dip bars, odds are your palms are going to hurt after using them. Use some gloves or just get a couple of small face towels to do your dips. Yeah, I mean, it's free. You go to the park, just work out there. Odds are no one's using them because everyone's going to the gym, and it's free. It's great. That's what I do. The other thing is, you could buy resistance bands, which are going to either help you with your workouts so they're easier, so you do the full range of motion, which Chris emphasizes throughout all his videos on YouTube. You got to be able to do the full range of motion, otherwise you're not getting all the benefits of the workout. So resistance bands are good for that, or maybe you want to add resistance against you to be able to do more weight, so you'll increase your reps because your strength is higher. You get these resistance bands from the THENX website. You could also get some kind of planche equipment and stuff. I'm just going to focus on the resistance bands. you can get them from there. They are high quality, and admittedly, yes, you're going to pay a little bit extra compared to getting them off of Amazon from another company. But at the same time, you're supporting THENX and Chris Heria, who are nice enough to make this app, and they're good people. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yeah, the Heria Pro app. This is I probably should have mentioned at the beginning, but this is not a tutorial for the Heria Pro app. I don't know anything about that app. I did message THENX support asking them to distinguish the difference between the THENX app and Heria Pro, and they did not respond. I don't know what to tell you. It seems like it might be, I don't know, maybe at some point in the future, they might combine the two apps and just make one super app that is not glitchy. In that case, it'd be very awesome. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. And what's the other thing? When you complete a workout, this is going back to like some odd glitches that I've noticed. When you complete a workout, you might notice that it's not checked off with a green check mark. Like for example, like let's say you see all of these green check marks. Let's say you finish pull-ups with the resistance band. It might not update, so what you need to do is you need to close the THENX app and then open it again, and then after that, generally it'll show up. And then if not, it'll show up eventually. It does keep track. Now, if you get the app downloaded onto another phone, let's say that you lose your phone or whatever, I haven't checked if the progress saves. I would hope that saves to your account and not your phone, but I haven't verified that yet. And I think I've covered pretty much everything. You could ask me questions in the comments, but like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just someone that uses the app, and I might have a response or I might not. If you have any questions, then you go to the THENX website normally, and you send an email to them and you say, "Hey, I need help with this thing." It's a much easier way, and they made this thing. I didn't. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Now, I think I'm just gonna quit this. Also, props to AZ Screen Recorder. This thing is like, I've had no problems with it. If you need to do screen cap recordings of your phone, use it.